Well, hey, fancy meeting you here. My current location is extremely awkward and uncomfortable, but I'm gonna bring it to ya. Bring the heat, bring the poetry. Got my little gizmo boy back here under the table with me. So, I picked this location because it just seemed to kind of fit the mood of isolation and craziness and feeling kind of old but also kind of like a little kid. Giving a little shout out nod to Clementine and Joel for all my eternal sunshine lovers out there. And it's crazy because I picked this to be underneath my dining room table just because I selected the poem for today and thought it kind of fit the vibe. And I wrote this poem in April or early May. So pretty early lockdown, pandemic, crazy feels. And I swear I did not remember when I found this and looked at it today and chose it that there is a line in this poem about looking for pieces of myself under the table. It's crazy. Sometimes I just align with my own vibes, and it's really quite miraculous. So, yeah, I'm sporting a genuine 1960s ladies' house lounge coat. I don't know why these haven't come back in fashion because they're amazing. And I assure you I never curl my hair or go anywhere, but I just thought that the funky old lady curlers fit the garment. I also wore these amazing slippers because I am going to reference a few things in my poem that are brilliant quotes from my therapist, who is the greatest therapist in the world. He's saved my sanity many countless times. And so there's a couple lines in here that I have to give him credit for because they're things that he said to sort of help me through all the weirdness. And so I wore my Freudian slippers. One of the best purchases I have ever made. So, yeah, he even has a tongue that moves. Freudian, you know, you get it. Anyway, just thought that fit along with the theme here. I think maybe a lot of us with any semblance of sanity left feel that sort of bunker down, hide under something kind of feeling right now, because shit is unbelievable. Weirder than a Twilight Zone episode. Weirder than anything fictional I have ever seen. So, yeah, kind of makes you want to burrow under something. I also brought this as a little visual prop because it sort of goes along with some thematic elements of my poem. My best friend made this for me because she is the single coolest human being on earth. Like, every single one of these little props has to be hand glued. Like, that little pillow just comes as like a piece of cloth and a little piece of stuffing. There's like little frickin' heart cookies on the plate. Those all have to be glued. There's like a little rocking 60s egg chair. I currently have a robot sitting on the toilet, and this homie is playing piano. I just love it so much. Like, she had to make every single one of those little milk containers. That's love, dude. That is love. But my poem has a lot to do with home and just the reflection and realization during this whole pandemic of how lucky it is to have a home, even though it's driving me mental, and I'm sure a lot of people, but it's a lucky thing to have. Anyway, I love this little itty bitty house so freaking much. And part of the reason that I have been so diligent to the stay at home thing, and I have been extremely cautious and truly barely left my house, is that my mom is very high risk. She had spinal meningitis encephalitis when she was younger, and she's had chronic pneumonia and lung issues. And also my best friend is extremely high risk, like super volatile high risk category, because she had a very rare stroke in 2018. But, you know, she's been my best friend for 34 years. And I'm not going to get too deep into the backstory of us because she deserves her own segments. I have several poems that I've written about her because she's my rock and been with me since the dang get-go. So there will be much mention of her in the future. My Cody bear, my Aaron Cody. I'll talk about her a lot, and I will devote entire sections of time just to her. But I will say that I have been mucho, primo, extra, super duper cautious because getting COVID would be catastrophic for her, and she's like the only person that I can't go without seeing. I need her. So there's part of that little backstory. But thanks for being with me again here. Here we is on day 8. Isn't it great? Everything's not so great, but it's okay. We're carving our way through. So yeah, here I am crouched super, super uncomfortably under my table, and I'm gonna hit it. All right. Today's poem is called At Least It's a Home You're Stuck In. However did we stumble into so wicked a dream? Seeking softer parts of me, I inhale and savor medicinal hits of the emerging spring green. Screens replace faces, and we trace our unearthed and long masked truths to a small antenna point poking out from our soul. Potent philosophy unfolds, our renegade curiosity spilling and spiking, hiking round tiny patches of harmony, lonely and lovely little creations, vacations mimicked by wearing fun sunglasses and glossy picture perusal. We consider refusal of the status quo, pretty done with so-so. Flowing brain waves, gaining, maintaining a disguise is ill-advised on the other side of this ride. I've wasted time hiding myself, looking for me under tables and in the cluttered pantry, scantily shuffled excuses to avoid one's own brilliance by retreating, discreetly feeding on my shuffled excuses, my slim supply. Heck of a day to kite fly, more whats amongst multitudes of whys. Must have been born searching, low, high, thirsting for shine, seeking, and oh wow, a nightly vow to emerge fully me. Humming unusual prayer like gibber wishes, innumerable glitches, ditch the old plan. If you listen, you will hear the sage. Gauge just enough wiggle room to allow yourself access to you. Submit to the blue above so grand and endless, the only version of truth where my hope can mend this. Then go swimming, skimming the cream that gathers at the top, until the whole balloon goes pop. The clouds are love notes to those who read wordless certainties. Betting on vaccines, we dream of simple pleasantries. formerly so slipped between cracks of impatience for the next and the next and the next thing. Rope swings and silly flings, forbidden to the sensible, indulgent and reprehensible to be touchy-feely. All we did freely, now shrouded in doubt. You don't sound that far out. You take it all upon you. You're tuned so deep in. Skin holds the cubic weight of choice. Hoist up the voiceless, rejoice our many foibles, embroiled in dalliances as the gears are slowed. Download a new road, stowed and stashed. The past is lagging. Pro-defragging, less fragments. Stagnant preparation for the big ball, all hella Cinderella. Compelled Casanovis, the closest you can get to shifting tectonics. Animatronic autonomy, the rumbling is drawn to me. Golden kiwi, dewy tulips. Quipped queries, swift theories, weary eyes seeking meaning. Soul teeming with life. Soil teeming with life. Through this punishing strife, there's a war going on. Keep singing. As long as you're thinking, you're winning. So, I messed up a few tiny things. I did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I said what I say. Shuffled excuses? I think I said shuffled excuses twice. And then I said soul teaming instead of soil teaming. But you know what? This is the name of the game, y'all. I'm trying to do this every single day, 365. And I'm underneath a dang table and my sciatica hurts. So forgive me. I promise you I'm going to hit you with some crazy memorized stuff, and I'm going to be in locations. I'm going to just be spitting it, and I'm going to be pa 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 off of my brain. Poo 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 poo. And you're going to be like, wow, she had all that in her head. Dang, girl. But, I'm warming up to it. We're on day 8. Just getting out the gate. Toro. We're going to keep on doing it. So, thanks for your patience. Thanks for letting me be perfectly imperfect and all that cheesy stuff. And I'll just keep taking it up more notches, I'll keep trying to lift you to your feet going, yeah, poetry, yeah. But yeah, I'm not going to do it again tonight because my neck hurts and been watching the news all night and feeling crazy, and to be real honest with you, I just need to eat a bunch of chocolate and have some tea, okay? So I'm gonna leave you on this pleasant scene. Just imagine him playing some Tchaikovsky. It's really nice. I love you. Thank you for supporting me and my efforts to bring artistry. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good night.